the battle's begun. There's a tug of war going on between what I view as new startups and solos and small firms. And by startups, I don't mean the great firms like Clear and Rocket Matter that help a law firm become more productive, but I mean new client-facing startups that are going after your clients. This is caused by changes in behavior. What's happening out in the world? We have a major new generation of clients who live, sleep on the internet. They shop on the internet, they learn on the internet, they play on the internet. Plus we have this huge latent market that's out there for the pickings. This change, this force is changing consumer behavior. So you can't think about the client experience or what clients want unless you build this consumer behavior into your client profiles. So what do clients really want? Clients want fixed pricing. We know, we talk about fixed pricing all the time. We have to really build it into our economic models because when you change the pricing, it changes the client experience. We can't give fixed pricing lip service because we know that clients really want to control the amount of money that they're spending. So fixed pricing becomes a pervasive theme. Now we know that some clients will still have to be billed by the hour, but fixed pricing becomes core. We know the clients want speed. They want it yesterday. This is an environment where everybody is texting. This is an environment where everybody expects you to get back to them within 24/7. The environment has changed. It's not like it was in the old days. Now, this law goes at the speed of life. Law goes not at light, but at the speed of light. We know that clients want transparency. As Mark was just saying, clients want to know who you are. They want to know the amount of work that you do. They want to know, for example, how much more work does it take? What's my bill going to be? They want to see the whole picture. Clients want convenience. They don't want to give up a day of work, go down, sit in your office, come back 2 days later, have another meeting. It needs to be now. Clients want convenience. Without convenience, they're going to go someplace else. They'll go to the next firm that's really down the street. Clients want better technology. We know that clients know that technology is all around us. They expect you to use the best technology that you can do and pass the savings of that technology on to them in terms of lower pricing. Everybody has an iPad. Everybody has an iPhone. Everybody is wired. They expect law firms to build that technology at every single level into their law practice. So when I talk about startups, what are startups actually doing? I introduced the concept of friction. Friction means the difficulty of buying legal services from a lawyer, connecting to a lawyer, or doing things with a lawyer. The startups are non-law firms which are trying to eliminate friction. These are client-facing organizations that are trying to do things in ways that law firms can't do. So we talk about unbundling legal services, which some law firms are doing. Now what we see is a whole variety of new non-law firms that are actually unbundling legal services and teasing these legal services out in bits and pieces. And what's really happening is they're really going after your client because the impact is to take clients away from you. So the first kind of group of startups that I've identified are what we call Q&A platforms, like Quora, except specifically legal, like Law Pivot, Law Dingo, where you can talk to your lawyer by video, Law Guru, and all these are fixed price services. Some of them are free depending on the economic model. Some of them are borderline in terms of ethics. A second category are document automation startups. I've been involved in document automation for a long time, but in the last 18 months, I've seen dozens of these literally companies coming literally out of the woodwork, and the technology is getting better. So we're going to begin to reach the point where documents will be smart. They're getting smarter and smarter and smarter. Finally, we see what I call web advisor startups, which are expert systems beginning to move into this space. You should take a look at this company, Needle Logic, and see the expert systems that they're actually developing, which are on there for free and which you can test out. These are systems that actually do the work of a lawyer, substituting a digital application for the work of a lawyer. Finally, I see this concept of what I call walled garden startups. A walled garden startup is an environment where you don't get to the client directly. The client only gets to you through this space. Rocket Lawyer is a good example of that. LegalZoom is becoming like that as well. They're taking over what I call the client relationship. Take a look at EasyLaw.com. Believe it or not, that's a company that's stealthily launched by Lexis that normally serves lawyers, but is now serving consumers directly. Lawyers are involved in it, but they give the lawyer just a little piece. What is Lexis doing? Serving consumers directly. Take a look at EasyLaw.com, and you'll see how the lawyer is really being marginalized in this situation. LegalZoom. LegalZoom's the elephant in the room. Everybody knows, or should know, they did $100 million last year or more. They probably will file for an IPO in the next 3 months, raise another $500 million. LegalZoom is after your business. LegalZoom is going to eat the market share of solos and small firms for lunch. And it's off the radar screen. Where are we in this environment? Well, solos and small firms are the monkey at the end of this thing because 50% of them don't even have a website. As Mark said, most of them are afraid of technology. Everybody else is in the middle. User-generated content. We're in Web 2 and Web 3, and pretty soon we'll be in Web 4. I actually had this as an animation with this thing eating, Amazon eating Borders and Apple eating every other industry, and then LegalZoom eating solos and small firms for lunch. I see this happening. So you can't talk about the client experience if you don't have any clients. Where do my clients go? They went off over there. They went to the startups. So what are you going to do? If you don't do anything, the lane ends. You'll eventually be out of business. If you follow, which means you wait until everybody else does it, you'll be too late. What you have to do is lead. You have to provide an exceptional client experience. You have to be competitive. You have to really be distinctive. You have to incorporate all of the strategies to define what I call your blue ocean, which is something which is unique to your particular credibility and trustworthiness and credibility as a law firm. I can think of many ways to actually do this, but I would need another 6 minutes to do it. So we don't want to lose the tug of war. Our profession is really endangered in terms of solos and small firms, given these disruptions that I see in this environment. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard.